All right, let's just jump right into this. We have this idea, right, that the laws of physics are these grand, universal truths. They're supposed to govern everything, everywhere, for all of time. But what if that's not the whole story? What if the rules we've figured out are actually more like local street rules?
Wow, what a way to kick things off. This idea frames our whole reality as a kind of prison, and the bars of our cell? They're made of the very math and physics we think sets us free.
So let's really dig into that idea. Is it possible our understanding of physics isn't the key to unlocking the universe, but is actually the very walls of the box we're stuck in?
I mean, this is what we all learn in school, right? It's the textbook definition. The laws of physics are supposed to be unbreakable, fundamental. They work here on Earth, they work in the Andromeda galaxy, they just work. It's the bedrock of pretty much all of modern science.
And here it is, the big challenge to everything we just said. What if our belief in this big universal truth is just a product of our own limited perspective? You know, a comforting story we've made up because we literally can't see past the walls of our own cosmic block.
This lays it all out perfectly. On one side, you've got the grand cosmic view we're all used to, that our physical laws are the truth. And on the other side, this much more provocative idea that they might just be the street rules for our little corner of the cosmos.
Okay, so let's start taking apart some of these so-called universal truths. We're going to use this amazing block-to-block analogy to see how it works.
And this is where it just clicks, you know? This line makes a super abstract idea feel totally real and relatable. If different neighborhoods can have their own unwritten rules, their own codes, then why couldn't different patches of the universe?
So what are we talking about here? What are the bars of this cell actually made of? Well, they're the biggest concepts we have. Gravity, time, energy, even cause and effect itself. We just assume these things are constant, but what if they're just local features of our neighborhood?
Okay, now this one is a serious mind bender. Cause and effect it's the bedrock of how we think. Thing A happens, and that causes thing B to happen. It's a straight line, it's how we build stories, how we do science, how we live our entire lives.
But what if it's not a line at all? The suggestion here is that it could be a loop, like a snake eating its own tail. Just try to wrap your head around that. A reality where an effect could happen before its cause, or where something is both the cause and the effect of itself. Outside our cell, that might just be business as usual.
Oh yeah, here's another classic from science class. We hear this so often, it's treated like absolute gospel. The law of conservation of energy. It's like a preacher's sermon. You just accept it on faith because it's a cornerstone of physics.
But here's the challenge. What if our books are just incomplete? What if energy has a hustle? What if it can slip into some hidden dimension we can't measure, do its thing, and then pop right back in? Kind of like the whole mystery around dark energy. Our law wouldn't be wrong exactly. It would just be local. It's not seeing the whole game. Okay, so this brings up a really big question, right? If we're stuck inside this cell, how in the world are we even studying the universe? This next part explores the idea that our amazing scientific instruments might be more limited than we think. And this is brilliant. It frames our most advanced tools, our microscopes for seeing the tiny, our telescopes for seeing the vast, even the pure beauty of our equations as jailhouse shivs. Think about it. They're crude tools that we're using to scratch at the walls, just hoping for a tiny peek at what's outside. But here's the kicker. They were all forged inside the prison. They have to play by its rules. You know, this is a pretty humbling thought. It points to this kind of scientific arrogance, this idea that we're acting like we've solved the big mysteries, when in reality, we might just be telling the best story we can with the limited tools and data we have. So, I mean, what would that even look like? A place where time doesn't just march forward, where energy doesn't follow our rules, a reality where maybe logic itself as we know it just doesn't exist? It's almost impossible to really picture because our own imaginations were built inside this box. So if we are all inmates, is it hopeless? Is that it? No, not at all. This last section flips the whole script. It reframes the prisoner not as a victim, but as an artist who can leave their mark on the walls. Now this line, it starts off sounding pretty bleak. It feels like an admission of defeat. Like, nope. Our thoughts are constrained. We can't truly think outside the box because the box built our minds.
And here is the beautiful, powerful twist. Even if we're just scribbling on the walls of our cell, that writing, our science, our art, our philosophy, it's a form of graffiti. And graffiti is art. It's a real expression of truth from a certain point of view. And that matters. It's not nothing.
So where does that leave us? What's the takeaway? Well, we're left with a call to action. Stay sharp. Be skeptical, especially of anyone who claims they have the whole damn truth. But don't let that skepticism paralyze you. Keep creating, keep thinking, keep spraying your ideas on the walls of reality, and always, always keep pushing at the edges of the frame.
And that's the core idea, one last time. It's a powerful little reminder to hold our truths with some humility, to remember that what feels like an absolute law of the universe right here might just be a local custom.
And that's where we leave it, on this final, totally hopeful question. Because the whole point of scratching the walls, of spraying the graffiti, of staying sharp, is the incredible possibility that one day all that effort might just reveal a crack, a hole in the wall, our first real glimpse of what's on the other side. And man, that is an exciting thought.